Are you tired of chasing the next big thing online? You're not alone. I get it, we've all been there. I've wasted thousands of dollars and probably a couple of years chasing the next big thing, but it's all just a trap. It's a trap disguised as productivity. Hi, I'm Helmi. As a busy agency owner and the father of two, I value my time because I just don't have enough of it. So that's why I created this spreadsheet to cut through the noise so I can focus on what truly matters for my business. So at the end of this video, you'll know what is the shiny object syndrome, how it's secretly holding you back, and how to finally break free. All right, so here we go. All right, so let's start with what is the shiny object syndrome. So this is the definition from Wikipedia. Shiny objects is the situation where people focus undue attention on an idea that is new and trendy, yet drop it in its entirety as soon as something new can take its place. Sounds about right. So I'll give you an example for myself. Like I was already getting clients from YouTube, and then all of a sudden I watched this video, somebody says, oh, you need to start cold email. And then I went all in on cold email, dropping the YouTube thing. Another example is I was already in a coaching program who was promising me X, Y, and Z, and then I saw another coaching program and they promised something slightly even better. And now I'm like, oh, I need to drop this and join that program. So that's a real example of the shiny object syndrome. But here's the truth. Everything works. Cold email works, YouTube works, everything that you see online, they all work if you give it time. But with the shiny object syndrome, you never give anything enough time to see results. You jump from one thing to the other, burning yourself out and getting absolutely nowhere. So I think the real reason why you keep jumping on new things, the shiny object syndrome, is because you lack focus. And you lack focus because you don't have a plan. And when you don't have a plan, you don't know what to track. Or you are tracking something, but it's tracking the wrong things. So that's what we're going to be covering today. So when I used to work in traditional company media, the boss asked me to track some KPIs. And we all just tracking random numbers, thinking that we're doing something, but it's not really doing anything. So I would like to challenge the traditional KPIs that marketing people have to follow. For example, website traffic, followers, impressions, reach, time on site / page, bounce rate. Do any of these really matter? You start to overanalyze stuff. What you should be doing is on this right here is just to identify the 3 needle movers of your business. It shouldn't be more than 3, and just do those 3 things really good. So basically what we want to do is we want to measure our input. What can we control? The algorithm we cannot control. So measure something that you can control, like how many things did you do today? That you can control. What does the algorithm think of your new video or whatever? That you cannot control. So what's the point of worrying about that? Okay, so I figured it out. These are the 3 things you need to focus in 2025. Just do these, all right? So let's start with this one right here. What's the first one? It's client fulfillment. So what is it? It's delivering the thing you promised, all right? If you're an agency owner, you coach, you got to deliver the thing that you promised so that you reduce churn, you get more case studies and client testimonials as social proof, okay? So if you don't prioritize this, then whatever clients you have right now, they're gonna churn. They're not gonna pay you next month because you're doing a shitty job, okay? So this is number 1. So the second thing you gotta do is having conversations. What is it? This is what typically people say in the marketing community as prospecting, outreach, or DMs. But basically, it's having conversations. You wanna start making friends online is basically what it is. The metaphor for this is social media is like this giant party, okay? So maybe you go to a party, there's somebody at the party you really like to talk to. So maybe I'm not gonna go in the party, I'm like, hey, I'm Helmi, I do this. It's a little weird. So let's say somebody that you really want to target, maybe a CEO or something, or maybe this girl that you really want to talk to. You've done a little bit of research and you figured out from social media that they like dogs, for example. Wouldn't it be smart if you show up to the party with a dog? Wouldn't that severely increase the chances of them starting a conversation with you, or they responding to your initial start of a conversation? You have a common point to talk about. So that's what you want. So why are we doing this? Is because no client has ever been made outside of a conversation. You need to start to have a conversation. You never sell until they ask, okay, so Helmi, what do you do? Then you can tell what you do. Just chit chat with people. You don't go to a party and say, hey, I sell this, or I'm this insurance agent or whatever. People are gonna avoid you, okay? So apart from that, you also get content ideas. Well, what problems do you have? Then they're gonna say what the problem is. So that's some content ideas that you can do. I'll give you an example. I was talking to this one guy, and then he said that, oh, I know everything already, but I tend to overthink. And when I overthink, I don't do anything. There you go. There's an idea for me, like here's how to stop overthinking and actually get some stuff done in your business. So the third thing you gotta measure is you need to create content. So basically, this is personal brand yourself on LinkedIn, YouTube, and X. I think these are the three really good platforms. I don't think you can just choose one. You have to have all three, sort of, nowadays, so that you become the authority. You make people like you as a person. You just happen to be selling the thing. It's easier to start a conversation when you post content because they will, oh yeah, I agree with what you said the other day, because now you're somebody because you post content regularly. Okay. So when you do client fulfillment, you get client testimonials and social proof. That's also make it easy for you to start conversation at a party. And when you post content, your current client probably would stick around longer because you are perceived as an authority because you're actively posting content, teaching people stuff. Okay, so these are the three things that I measure: this, client fulfillment, having conversations, and content. So how often do we track? And I track this daily, but you need to make it really simple so that you stick to it. If you don't make it simple and make it so complicated, you want to know what the landing page views are, whatever, all this, then I guarantee you do it for a week and then you don't want to do it anymore. So here's how I did it. All right, so here's the sheet. So on the sheet, you put the day and then the dates. Saturday, Sunday, I grade out because that's weekends. I typically work one day on the weekend. But what we were trying to track is the inputs. These two are the inputs. There's the input for conversation. There's the input for content. These are the output, the results. How many people want to connect with me? How many people book a call with me from content? How many people show up? How many people did I close? How much money did I collect that particular day? Okay, so if I sold a template, sold some sort of service or whatever, it's all going to show up here. So as you can see, within inputs conversation, there's broken down into a couple of other subtasks. Every day, how many people in my potential client list am I talking to? How many people in my Dream 100 am I talking to that day? How many people in my social list am I talking to that day? How many people do I add LinkedIn requests to? So these are input. I can control this. So generally, the more stuff you do here, generally the more output it will be here. It's usually not on the same day, but you will see like a direct correlation. Okay. And then in terms of input content, how many YouTube videos did I post that day? How many long form X and LinkedIn did I post that day or schedule that day? How many short form and LinkedIn did I post this particular day? I blazed through this. I get 10. How many LinkedIn carousel? How many shorts? How many lead magnets I posted, how many newsletters, email did I shoot out. Okay, then we can measure how many connection requests, how many book calls, what is the show rate, do all of the people show up, 50% don't show up, and what is the close rate? Did I manage to close a deal there? And then that particular day, what is the cash collected? These are just random examples. So maybe this day I got a client paying me this much, and then in the next couple of days a client paid me this much, and then maybe I sold a template or something like that. So you can see if you're having a shiny object syndrome, it's most likely because all these are empty right here. Then you know what to do. So this eliminates the shiny object syndrome. All right, so you just need to make something similar to this, but for your own thing, because we all have different things. So there you go. That's how I finally broke free from the shiny object syndrome. It's a game changer for me, and I'm pretty sure it's going to help you as well. But here's the thing, knowing what to track is only half the battle. If you're serious about making real progress in your business, you need to start tracking time for each and every one of these tasks so you know which one to outsource first. If you want to know how to do that, watch this video next. Again, my name is Helmi. See ya.